Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome back to another episode of Storm Lord's Wrath. Just to recap a little bit, since we talked about it when you weren't here, Brice, but you're currently in a mage tower that was partially destroyed about 200 years ago when something called the Spell Plague hit. It's basically caused magic to run amok. And during that time, the inner planar beacon that a wizard named Thalivar was experimenting on otherworldly creatures using the beacon. Spell plague hit. Chaos ensued, and half the tower was destroyed. And recently, the town of Weiland had been attempting to rebuild the tower to use as a barracks. And you decided to check it out because you were getting to know the town. And when you did, some of the workers were complaining that the tower was haunted. Not only has some of their belongings gone missing during the late night hours when they were working, but a few of them even claimed to have seen a ghost with a wild hair and red glowing eyes. And talked with the person in charge of the restoration, a wizard named Galio, who was really sleepy when you met him. But he said that he checked the tower himself. He didn't see any evidence of any hauntings, and he said you were free to look around because he really needs the workers to get back to work. But he continued studying some notes he was looking at before he dozed off. So he began to explore the tower, found a bunch of rubble, for the most part, in several rooms. But you kind of beelined it to the upper floor, where the planar beacon was. Again, full of rubble, because that's where the thing exploded. And you tried to use your height advantage to get into a hallway that was blocked on the lower floor. But when you repelled down, first Zyzzyx tried to enter in as a spider in his wild shape form, but he decided it wasn't worth his time. As soon as he got there, and went right back. And then Zorsashi said, "Well, this is dumb." So he tried himself, but the minute he looked at this window, he forgot why he was there and repelled back up. But because he used whatever that spell called where you can look through walls, he knows that there is something on that floor. It seems to be a bedroom with a open journal on the whatchamacallit by the bed. So that's where you guys are. It's still the afternoon, sometime past midday. And that's where we are.
I'm just basically sitting cross-legged on the ground, just rubbing my temples and be like, I want to get in that room.
You think you've got a spell that could get you through there?
Well, are any of you familiar with the ethereal plane?
Well, I've been through the blind eternities, but that's a little different.
It sounds a little different. I could probably see in there. So
No.
I can do something that lets me randomly pass into the material plane. I can use that to... Well, I can't see through walls. I can move through them.
Yeah, but...
So maybe that'd be something to do.
All to get into this room that we don't need to get into.
There's a journal in there. You may think the room is dumb, but that journal's awesome. Probably.
That's a good question, DM. Do I care about... Am I allowed to care about things in the room?
Well, when you said you got a new mic, your quality seems to be a little lower.
Dang it.
Was last time. But now that you're not in view of the window, you kind of feel less of that. Like, this is dumb. Maybe personally now you don't think it's worth it, but you're not compelled to think that way.
I'm trying to plug in my mic. I forgot I had unplugged it, and you were just hearing me. You are currently hearing me through my normal computer microphone. My good one.
It stinks.
Well, I'm gonna get a better one.
Yeah, sorry about my. I did get a new headset. I got a fancy one, a Logitech G533, but the microphone is a little quiet.
You may have to change some quality settings because it just sounds like it's on a low bit rate or something.
Or it could be that you're still on your laptop mic in Discord settings.
Yeah, just check your
computer mic.
video.
I know where the audio settings are. It definitely is on the new one. Because my laptop is closed.
Yeah, well, I'm fixed with my thing. Apologies for that.
You sound the same.
Fine.
I'm just saying you notice the difference. Okay, so what are you guys planning to do? Like a walk through walls thing?
Yeah, I'm thinking if everybody else wants to do that, I want to do it too.
I can
with you.
Well, if it makes
Everybody
you feel
else
better,
is okay with me doing it, I should say.
yeah. If it makes you feel better, I can maybe give you your spell slot back.
I appreciate that, but I can get mine back faster than others, so you may want to hold on to that. We don't need it right away. Maybe we'll do it later.
Are you talking about Blink?
I'm talking about Blink, yes.
Okay, so you were talking about this before. Don't you have to see the location?
So, I'm looking this up, and apparently how it is that I have to see the location from where I am, and I can't see through walls in the material plane, but I can move through them.
Okay, so you won't know what's on the other side, but you can still...
I've already seen what's on the other side, unless something has appeared since then. But yes, I can go into the ethereal plane, move through the wall that I can see on the material plane, and then blink back in.
Okay, because you've seen it, so you know what's there.
Yeah, I won't have to just pretend, I won't have to guess where some part of the thing is, so I can try that.
Just so I know the rule, if you don't know what's the other side, can you still blink there?
I have to be able to see where I want to come back, and I have to be able to see wherever I am. But I'll be able to pass through it before I come back, that's the thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, blinking in and out of the plane is different than moving through the walls. I can do that when I'm on the ethereal plane.
Okay, so if you didn't know what was there, you can still walk there and then walk back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never used this, and I forget why I took it. I think I took it just because it seems like but I will go ahead and do that. So, if anybody else wants to get down here and wait for me, I will go ahead and start. So I basically every 6 seconds, every round, I roll a d10. If I roll 11 or higher, I vanish in the ethereal plane.
Roll a d20.
D20, yes.
Yeah. So
roll 11, so I blink. So over the next 6 seconds, I will cross into the room.
You're walking straight ahead?
Yep. And then I'll blink back out.
You're waist deep in a bed.
I definitely lift my feet up before I blink back. All right, now where's that journal? I will side caddy so I don't look at the cursed hallway.
It's the window that's the problem, not the.
Could be the window. Could be the hallway. I'm not actually sure, but
Are you saying you only have 6 seconds to read this, or?
No. I now blink back into the real world where I am, or within 10 feet of where I can see.
And then he can dismiss the effect.
Start of
You
your next
said you
turn,
have to
and
read
when
through.
the spell ends, if you are in the material plane, you return to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of the space you vanished from. But I can pass through the wall, and I can see now spaces within 10 feet.
I'm a little brain dead at the moment, so I'm just trusting what you're doing. So,
Yeah,
are
I
you
looked it up if I could do this, so...
are you physical at the moment?
I blinked. I am currently not physical. I am in the ethereal plane.
Okay, but there's no time limit or anything. You can just
6 seconds.
wander around.
One round.
Okay, you
I move forward into the room.
there's a journal on the far side where you see the.
I will
here.
appear, blink back into existence at the end of that 6 seconds, and now I'm back in the physical world.
Okay.
And I will go over and I will take that thing.
So
Take
aside
the
from the rubble surrounding the door, which is covering about half of it, your it's a pretty well maintained bedroom. It's very ornate. Not really a description here, but you do find a journal that is lied open on the desk next to. Sorry. There's an open journal by the desk, on the desk. You also see a recently uncapped ink pot.
Recently.
Ooh.
Or at least
do I recognize? Can I understand the writing in the book?
You open it up and it's in common.
I will pocket it. I will cap the ink. Ooh. I will read this when I rejoin my friends.
This isn't actually like the journal, but it describes the journal.
Description. Okay. I will actually take the. Can I take the ink? Is there a cap nearby that I can take?
There's a cap that's stained in purple ink.
I will cap it. I will cap it, and I will take the ink bottle as well.
And like there's a fancy looking feather key.
A quill? I'll take the quill. Why not?
If it's not nailed down,
And you can tell it's been like used within the past couple of nights.
but how?
Have we heard of this Thalivar before? I'm asking the group.
I believe
Oh.
believe it was.
Let me get back up because I currently have this in my room. You guys don't even know what
We
I've
don't
seen.
know. Okay, fine.
Yeah. And considering there's no door around, I'm going to make a quick look under the covers. Or under the bed. Is there anything under the bed?
You see a random assortment of mining tools, shoes, and some half-eaten sandwiches.
Huh.
Like a mining helmet.
Is there any I could identify as the one that was maybe owned by? I guess we didn't get enough information. Is there any that have that guy's name on it, like inscribed? Like this is this is Tom Hammerhead's hammer.
I'll say sure. One of them has his name etched into it.
I'll grab that one.
Ink.
I'll grab that one. And then I will, because there's no other way out of here, and I don't want to go down that hallway. I will use blink again because I have a second spell. 6 seconds go by. I don't blink. 12 seconds. I blink, and I just basically do a reverse thing over the next 6 seconds.
How many spell slots do you have? 3?
2. Get a third
Did you
one.
use what was that one where you like start through the walls, or was that just
That's an ability. That's a warlock ability.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you sure you didn't?
Yours.
Okay.
Well, guys, I made it.
Well,
I'm back.
Breaking the game for everyone.
I
Or
show
go-
the journal. So I found this
What'd you find?
journal, and I found this hammer by... It's Jimbo's hammer from downstairs.
Can
Oh,
we give it back?
Well, when we go downstairs, we will.
Oh.
But
So what's the journal say?
And then there's a bunch of stuff underneath the bed. There was a whole bunch of hammers and items. So I guess someone was stealing this and somehow passing through into that wall, into that room. The journal, see, thumb through it. This journal belonged to a wizard named Thalivar. It looks like it details studies he conducted inside the tower using a device called the planar beacon. It says the light from this artifact drew creatures from across the plains and trapped them inside the tower for him to study.
Why didn't you bring that back?
Oh, this is Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Did you see this thing in there?
And no, there was nothing in there.
It's also consistent with the story that Galio.
Yes, it is. So, journal reveals how Beacon unearthed powerful magic and then named the Ruinstone. Devoted himself to acquiring it, but whether he found it or not is a mystery. The entries stop here for over 100 years. But
I will never understand the curiosity of wizards.
But the ink is fresh. Later entries have been made in the last few days. Thalivar describes how he visits a ruined version of his tower in his dreams each night. In this dead world, he is drawn to a pile of rubble in the ruined chamber where the beacon once lay. Each time he draws close to the rubble, a terrible dread holds him back. Oh, just like
Wait,
us.
that's what happened here. Are
Yeah.
we in the dead world?
Are we Thalivar?
no. Wait.
The real
Thalivar wishes-
Thalivar is friendship.
Thalivar wishes
I
his fairy servant, Soapwort, here to assure him that he's dreaming, but the fairy never turns up. Thalivar prays these nightmares will end soon, so he may resume his studies in peace.
Can I take a look at the journal for a second?
I
have a sudden-
Murook.
This ink is purple.
Oh, I sent you a message, Mark.
There it is.
Wasn't it? Wait, this ink is purple. Didn't the wizard guy downstairs mention something about having written something in purple ink, or like he had like purple ink stains? Or I remember purple ink.
You're right.
He was trying to find his vial. He couldn't locate it.
I can take out the ink bottle that I found. Is it purple?
It is.
Well,
Ta-da! Okay, but where's this pile of rubble that he was talking about?
I'm thinking it's the rubble that we couldn't get past in the hallway down.
But I thought this was the chamber that we're in.
It must have fallen down into the lower one.
No, it is in this room. It's just not depicted
Oh, okay, fair.
on the map.
Well, how about this? Let's go take a look at the floor we skipped, see if there's anything else there, and then go have a chat with Galileo.
No, actually, is it Galileo or is it Galileo?
It's Galio.
Yeah.
Zyzzyx, you wanted to view the second floor?
Yes. I moved to the second floor.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
Should we position ourselves in front of each pick a door, and we all open them at once?
I don't know. I heard of this guy Monty Hall who did that, and it didn't end well for him.
Okay.
But we'll do it like that. I guess you do that door. I'll do this door.
We are gonna do it.
Might as well.
What if we trigger 3 intense combats that were all designed to be one at a time?
Oh, I'll just look outside this hallway first.
I don't think there's anything that dangerous in this tower.
I'm gonna try to sneak up on Zorsashi and pretend that I teleported next to him.
I have 10 feet of blind sense, so I can probably tell he's coming.
Well, let's
So,
see.
Zorsashi, the door that you were attempting to stand in front is actually broken down. It's probably just the room is destroyed in the explosion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So let me read you what it says.
What have we here?
Sneak up
Say
behind
this.
you with a 12 stealth and say, "Bamf!" in your
This
ear.
is a very disorganized library. Not disorganized, like it's not well kept. It looks like books have been like blown about the room.
As say an explosion would cause, or just
So-
the wear and tear of time.
Well, it is open to the open air.
Oh, yeah.
There is no wall. But you see, along with books, several parchments of paper full of notes on the shelves. But the main thing you see is a statue in the middle of the room.
There's a statue,
Of
like, is it of a person, of a figure?
Yeah, hold on.
Looks like a chess piece.
Well, there's a
Okay, I come in here and look, and now that looks like someone who would be named Thalivar.
Oh, interesting.
Do we see anything south, by the way, Joey?
Hold on, I'm trying to look up the statue. I knew it was here, but for some reason I'm not.
No pressure, GM. No pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Okay, so the statue is of a young maiden with her fingers pressed against her lips. In a
Oh,
hushed
never
gesture.
mind. Well, maybe her name's Thalivar. I don't know. That or the librarian.
Wait a tick. The Soapwort was a fairy servant. Could this be Soapwort in a statue?
Ooh.
Is there anything south of here, Joey, that's notable?
No, it's just the rest of the staff.
Okay. Really put more fences up. This is dangerous.
The room in Zorsashi used to also probably be a library, but it suffered much more damage than the other one. It's virtually empty.
Join compatriots.
I'm checking out this statue.
You what are you looking for on the statue?
I want to know. I want to see if there's any like secret compartments or levers. I'm trying to like pull and push and touch things.
Hey,
I'm
consent.
all up in it.
Consent.
Oh, whoa. Be careful about that. You might get sprayed with poison.
I am recklessly doing all these things without paying attention to my compatriots' objections.
I go
Yeah, so you
stand behind. I go stay behind the wall here.
first off, give me a either a religion or arcana check.
All right, now I get to pick. Well, they
Yeah.
are both +1.
Do Arcana then.
Hey, good choice.
Hey.
Yeah, as you were studying like other humanoid deities, you recognize the likeness of the statue, and you recognize it as Mistra, or Mistra, the goddess of magic, which you also remember that Galio said that her, like allegedly her being murdered by the gods caused the spell plague in the first place.
Caused the what?
Spell plague.
Oh.
And you see very plainly on her back there are some runes, but they seem to be vandalized somehow, like crossed out and smudged.
Oh no. Are they legible still? What they originally were?
Give me an intelligence. Give me a Arcana check.
On it again. Ooh, even better. I am all about the
So
Arcana tonight.
this simple lizardman from the swamp recognizes this as transmutation runes, but they've been vandalized.
Oh no. Hey, I got something back here.
Is it not poison?
I don't think so. It's transmutation runes. But whatever they originally said, yeah, someone's done some of their own artwork on top.
Runes have never really been my strong suit.
Let me see what I have.
Are there any decent surviving books here, journals or anything that I can just shuffle through, see if there's anything perhaps related?
This one's been exposed to air, like to the outside for so long.
Okay.
Like most of the heavy books probably stayed in place, but you can tell some have been looted. But you see like some stacks of notes
Take a look at those.
that look noteworthy. But as you look at them, they're not in any language that
Oh,
seen or heard of.
oh! Finally,
You're
I finally get to use this.
Well, no need for these, and I pop them in fire. I can't.
Whoa.
Burnable.
I have comprehend languages.
Oh, maybe you can. Well, if these runes are
double check to make sure that it mentions reading.
It does.
Okay.
You also understand any written language that you can see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written.
yeah, it's
Okay.
not quite tongues. So I will hand Murook the papers. Well, actually, I'll show everybody the papers to see if anybody recognizes the language or script.
As I hold the book, I cast comprehend languages.
It could just be in Goblin. I've never seen Goblin.
It's a level.
So
Just let him have it.
So the text is very obviously common, like what any human civilization would write in. But you just stare at these words, and you still can't comprehend them.
It's a cipher.
And after a moment, you realize I'm not even looking at any written language.
So now I get to ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you want me to roll for wild magic? Since I just cast the spell.
Fireball. It's okay, I'm resistant to fire.
It is your choice.
Nope, you're just looking at a piece of paper.
What?
No.
I'm sorry. Don't roll for. Okay.
I have something that I'd like to do. I'm curious.
Well, I'm not rolling for wild magic. I'm rolling to roll for wild magic. You know.
I understand.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was
Sorry.
wild enough.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't a wild enough action.
Yeah. Okay. Then let me see if I can use this on myself, since that was a bit of a waste. I am going. Let's see. I'm going to use bolstering magic on myself, and since I don't have it, it says roll a d3, but I don't have any other.
Divide by 2, round down.
Well, I don't have any spell slots except level 1 spell slots, so
Oh, then yeah, you're fine.
yeah. But essentially,
you said you were going to do something?
Yes. I have to ask something first. Is this statue large enough to fully contain my body?
Oh no.
It's about a human size.
Oh no.
So no.
All right.
Oh,
So
no.
since I recognized the transmutation magic, I am going to cast Meld
Yeah.
into Stone,
Oh, I knew it.
and I am going to step into this statue and just
knew
see what happens. And
I've always wanted to do this, by the way.
And there is for your reading perusal.
Well, you can definitely like I said, it's like a human size, so you can like put your hand through it and walk through it. Is that what you're asking to do?
Yes, basically, what
you want to
Brice
see if
is
there's
thinking-
you want to see if there's something inside it.
Yes, and I want to see if the casting of transmutation magic around / it used to get inside of it triggers anything.
I'll describe what you do.
He's smacking at the hornet's nest right now.
So what I do is I whatever happens, I wave my lizard hands around and say become stone or whatever I would say, and I just kind of then step into the statue as if it was a waterfall or something, and I'm just fully inside of it, and to you guys I just completely disappear.
Well, given you are much larger than a human female,
Fine.
you can't really be inside it.
So
It's like the
guess I'm
sex scene
kind of-
from Blade Runner 2049.
So you don't think this can fully? It has to fully contain his body.
Okay.
But as you pass your hand through, you don't meet any hollow spaces or anything. It seems to be
Okay.
solid stone.
Okay.
Do you want to try? Do you want me to try and give you your spell slot back?
And then I stand. Nah, I'm good. And then I stand in it, and my head. I'm so tall, so my head comes out the top of the head, and then I look down and I look at my stone boobs, and I laugh, and then I walk out.
That could have been somebody petrified, and you just,
Yeah.
Well, then it wouldn't have worked because it's not a. Oh, I guess it would have been.
petrified does turn them into stone.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Ah.
That was nerve-wracking.
Yeah, a little bit disrespectful.
I don't understand human customs sometimes.
I guess you know what? I'll take a look at the runes and see if there's. Since I still have comprehend languages for an hour.
In case you have to read something.
I don't think
Yeah.
runes are necessarily a language.
Runes, magical runes aren't a language, so
Yeah.
All right.
yeah. Oh, I thought you said rooms. Well, let's take a look at the rooms before we report downstairs.
Oh yeah, arcane sick. Or it has to be part of a written language or
it's
a
a
spoken language.
it's transmutation, which is a changing of or animation of things.
Oh, like the golem. So someone changed emit into met, which I probably mispronounced that. Pardon if.
Lemon, you want to lead the way on one of the rooms?
Sure.
I mean, you're in the hallway. I just figured.
Yeah. Try the closest one, I suppose.
Careful, it might be
See
ghost.
another-
Ooh.
You see another library, much more intact than the other one, with books and scrolls on the shelves, and you see another statue. Looks pretty much identical to the first. What you
Any
saw.
runes on the back of it?
You see the same rooms with similar vandalization on it.
Just a library.
I'll take a look at the room to the north of me.
And the scrolls seem to all contain the same jumbled, collection of letters. And there's actually even some pictographs in there as well.
Fun fact: most wizard tomes end up going from a cipher like this as well to keep other people from being able to read them.
Makes sense.
Roll a perceptions check, which I'm using as a memory check.
Boom.
Zorsashi.
You said perception or
Everyone give me a perception roll.
perception.
Does it involve smell?
No, it does. Well, maybe. Sure. Yeah.
I guess a 10. I don't know why it rolled both. I gotta reset this.
15.
No, I rolled 11.
Zyzzyx, you recognize this is the same paper that was on Galio's desk, like similar looking scrolls and books. And Murook, you realize that the paper smells the same.
Hey, this is the same paper from Galio's desk downstairs. I mean, that would make sense though, right? Since he's kind of here studying this stuff.
It does, but it doesn't explain.
Go ahead.
You know, whatever. I was. I've got a weird theory.
I just
But I don't-
the stone statue, so
I've got a weird theory, but I don't know how to.
It could be
I'm not-
Bonnie.
So, you open the door to this room. It's another
I'm
library.
not gonna say anything yet. Not until I get not until I see some more proof. I'm just gonna keep my theory to myself for the moment.
This room looks pretty similar to the other ones. Nice looking library, books, scrolls. You see the maiden in the middle, but this one is in a different position. She doesn't have her her finger to her lips, like in a quiet position. This one looks like she fell asleep standing up. Her eyes are closed and she's kind of drooped over.
Runes on
But
the
she
back.
still has the same runes on the back,
Also smudged.
also smudged.
Alright.
okay. So we've got the speak no evil. This is the see no evil.
Now this is the sleep no evil.
Oh,
Who was taking a close look? At
I
the
was
statue this
in-
time?
The new one I was.
I'll give you a perception check.
If this is site-based, I'll get advantage, so it'll just roll that.
I'm here as well.
17.
17. The other statues were kind of like a grayish blue. This one's actually has a greenish tinge to it.
Huh.
Go take a look at that fourth one to see if we can establish a pattern.
Alright, we'll go in.
You open up this room. Yeah, another library. The statue with the maiden holding her finger to her mouth. But instead of books, well, there are some books and scrolls. This seems to have a collection of jars and
Yards.
that have like various alchemy ingredients or being preserved.
Are the rooms the same on the back?
Yep, same rooms.
She's also shushing.
So all sushing. All of them have the exact same runes on the back, but they've been defiled in different ways.
Okay. You inferred a question I had. Okay, so this one that in the bottom left is shushing.
They're all sushing except for the one in the upper right.
The upper right or upper
Oh.
center?
Well, the center is the hallway.
He's talking about this one.
The one north of me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all identical in every way except for that one, which is a
Okay.
slightly different color and it's asleep rather
Yes.
than shushing.
Do you have any way of Do we have anything that could wake something up?
Plenty of things, but I'm gonna turn to it and just sort of, oh shush, sleep instead. I'm gonna, Thalivar? Support? Are you in there?
You yell into the room, but nothing answers you.
No. If I had... Humana.
You tap it with a long weapon. See if it reacts.
You poke it with the end of your sword, but there's no response.
I don't have...
I'm gonna try and push it. Just slide it, not push it over, but I'm gonna push it back.
I can't think of it.
Strength check.
Oh, I'm very good at those with a -2. Yeah, 7.
Why are you finding that statue so fascinating?
It's different.
It's different. Why is it different?
Well,
It's not necessarily a big statue, so you're able to push it forward.
whole statue is different.
Do you want me to push it?
I just want to see if it reacted, if this is something that's not...
I'm gonna give it a push, but just a light push.
You're able to easily push it.
Can it be? I don't think it can. It be turned?
Yeah, it's not. It's not like it's. Yes, it can. It's not like bolted to the ground or anything. It can be moved however you like. This isn't a static position like pose.
I don't trust that statue.
I pick up the statue.
Sure.
Want me to roll for it, or?
No, you can easily pick this up.
Yeah. Is there anything under the statue? Could somebody?
You can tell that the area around where its feet were is very, very dusty.
Describe the color on this one again.
While the other golems, well, the other statues were like a bluish gray. This one's more of a green color.
Well, green.
Would you say it's a fayish green?
It's like a jade green, sure.
I lick it.
No, why?
Salty.
Lemon's face palming.
I agree with you, Mr. Lemon. Perhaps we leave this be and ask Galio about it.
I'm trying to think. Do we? What ways can you wake up something that is asleep, magically asleep?
I try casting level 1 cure wounds on it, on the statue. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens. It's a statue.
Okay. I'm gonna ponder, see if I can think of anything. Just throwing it out there, seeing if I could think of anything that could wake up something that is asleep. Magic.
You don't have to use that cure.
I play my
You don't have to
pan
use it
very loudly.
I play my pan flute very loudly, but better.
Well, it won't be hard to beat a 0.
I'm just
Look,
there's
You basically blow into it as hard as you can. Zyzzyx right into this thing's ear, but nothing happens.
Like literally nothing. I broke my flute.
Oh, yeah, maybe. You run out of breath. You almost black out.
You inhale for a big blow for the flute. You accidentally inhale the flute like an old cartoon. It's now lodged in your throat.
Yeah, it's like sideways.
But I'm gonna join Lemon downstairs.
I'm not sticking around for the noise.
I'm
looking at Murook like I want to say something, but I'm not sure if it would be rude. And then I say, "Does your trunk work?"
I go up to, I dope slap him with my trunk.
Just drop the statue on him.
I put down the statue first. Actually, I had probably put down the statue a while back.
Oh, Lemon, what are you doing downstairs?
We're waiting for them to stop being weird with the statue.
I'm not being weird with the statue.
Lemon and Zorsashi.
Yes.
Lemon and Zorsashi, when you walk downstairs, you pass by the puddles that are kind of around the door.
Yes.
And you notice that your reflection, just for the briefest second, you look like old men. And as soon as you blinked and looked again, you were back. It was back to normal.
Did you just see that?
I saw what I looked like because I see everything. Did we see each other as well? Like, did I see Lemon and he looked old as next to me?
If you were looking at the same time, then yes, you would have seen. But just for like a split second.
I'll roll a perception for personally seeing if I do that or not. Natural 20, I'll take it. Yeah, I totally saw Lemon. So it wasn't just illusion in our mind. It actually could see both of us like that.
Yeah, you saw Lemon with like thinning out gray hair, like sunken eyes and wrinkles.
This is a wizard's tower. It's going to play tricks on us.
I do not like this tower.
Not a ghost. It's not a ghost. That at least we can be sure of. Mr. Gallio?
Come in. Was it you making all that noise upstairs? It sounded like an elephant was dying. Oh, I'm sorry. That's
much of the...
rude of me.
Yes, he's luckily not down here. Oh, there he is. How much of the third floor have you explored? You said you cleaned up or looked around or something, correct?
Oh yeah, I've been studying this tower ever since I arrived.
Have you been into the collapsed hallway that is covered by rubble?
Well, that's one of the projects that the workers are working on. They're attempting to clear the rubble, but it's causing to be more difficult than they hated. It might take days for them to clear out. That's why
you haven't been in there.
That's why I want them. That's why I want them back here so they can finish their job.
You haven't been in that room beyond that hallway at all.
It's like no, there's rubble. Like I said, I think that's where his living quarters were.
Possibly.
If I read the map of like the descriptions of the tower, but
I take out the purple ink. You were missing some of this?
Did I say that last time that he was missing ink?
I mean, if Dustin remembered something about the purple,
he had purple ink like on his fingers.
Okay, then I will just based on this say, were you missing this? Is this yours? I'll just play into that.
I do remember You tried to reach for it and couldn't find the bottle.
That could be true,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I
Slowly out in front of him.
do have a similar shade of purple ink, but I don't believe that's mine. Where did you find that?
Third floor beyond the rubble pile.
How did you get past the rubble pile?
Well, first off, we couldn't go through the window, as myself and my lizard friend over here shall attest.
There was no point to it.
Oh,
When we tried looking into the window, it was seeming some sort of curse or magical ability was saying we don't want to go into it. We tried several different ways: climbing, rappelling, swinging.
Thalivar must have wanted to keep his room private, but you were able to get in?
I was, yes, briefly.
You found
There
this
was,
ink bottle.
What's that?
You found this ink bottle.
Ink bottle, quill, journal.
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 Thalivar's journal?
Believe so. Take it out and I hold it up. Have you ever seen this?
I see it.
I hold it up. I open it up and hold it up. I don't hand it to him.
He reaches out and tries to grab it.
I hold it back. See, there's something very interesting about this that I don't think you should touch it, as it could be very dangerous. As you can see, and I flip through the pages, this is the last entry, very old, maybe about 100 years ago or so. And then a couple of blank pages. But then this. And I turn to the more fresh pages in the purple ink.
Yeah, I believe it said it was like the same handwriting, but written like 100 years apart from each other.
Yes. I don't believe you have a ghost problem in this tower. I believe you have a wizard who can transcend time, perhaps?
Or actually, I think it's a both situation
Say
here.
time traveling wizard.
You're not time
Yes.
traveling. It's somebody who has been, well, a time dilated wizard.
Or or a wizard who is so wrapped up in their research that they don't know they're dead.
That too.
I mean,
And he's
you've been there.
We've all been there.
Have you lost anything?
Isn't that what a ghost is, essentially? Someone
Yeah.
lost in displaced in time, not knowing where they were?
That is on the source.
I have
have you lost? Go ahead.
I was about to ask that same. I think you're about to ask the same question I did.
I was going to ask. Have you lost anything else recently?
Oh,
Other
no,
than 40 winks.
Hmm.
That's
mind,
what I was
good
going
mind.
to. Actually, that brings me back to my question. Have you lost time? Have you lost have you blanked out and found yourself somewhere and you don't know how you got there?
Well, I spend most of my time in my study here. I usually sleep here during the night, mostly when I fall asleep on my desk. So when I wake up, I find myself here. I don't necessarily have a bedroom.
Does the name Soapport mean anything to you?
Yeah. He thinks for a moment. From what I know of Thalivar, I believe it was one of his servants.
A fairy servant. I hand him
Fake creature. Yeah,
I
fake
hand him
creature. Right.
Yes, I hand him the journal entry, the journal open to the entry of talking about Soapport and Thalivar still returning here. Underneath the bed in that room, there's a bed and a small table.
This is like the new writing mentions this.
That's what it seems like. Yes. In that room under the bed seems to be your contractors lost equipment. I don't think a ghost is stealing it and heading there. I think something else, perhaps this wizard, perhaps the fairy servant, are taking things and putting them there. Can
I take Zorsashi aside for a second?
Yes.
Did you hand him the journal at this point?
I handed him the journal.
He's flipping through the pages, and especially between the newest and oldest centuries, and he's looking at it. All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Step over here for a second.
Yeah, what you need?
I think we are dealing with a ghost.
A wizard. It's either way.
Actually, if the way he's acting, okay. I mean,
a lost soul, perhaps. The idea of a person returning to the dead and just staying here. I don't know.
No. Let me lay this out.
Go on.
The Galileo here. You say he's not been sleeping well. He's maybe maybe he's not sleeping at all.
Think possession?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. With the ink on his hands, the being able to go somewhere where you're not normally supposed to be able to go to. The fact that he sounds. You saw when he woke him up. He was not running on all cylinders, even for somebody who was asleep.
I must admit the possibility is not out of the realm of possibleness. Better words.
I know this is gonna sound. Hold on. Actually, you know what? We have a cleric.
Yes, Mr. Lemon. Mr. Lemon, can you join us?
Okay.
Do you have any sort of way of rebuking the undead?
I suppose, maybe,
or perhaps identifying them or anything.
I'm not some cleric. I'm just a blacksmith.
You're a very good blacksmith.
Do you think maybe if someone had a extra, let's just throw this out here. If someone was possessed of an extra spirit in their body, could you say cause it to come out?
It hasn't ever really come up, so I don't know.
There's one thing I could try.
We could
take out the holy water.
Before you do that, do you think we should maybe send somebody maybe send Zyzzyx back to town to get that cleric in the church?
Perhaps we should.
Hey, Zyzzyx, would you care to join us over here?
I go over for the sidebar.
Could you go over and get that cleric real quick?
As far as the walk back to town.
I'll walk with you, Zyzzyx. I won't let you go alone.
Well,
I need to drop off this.
I mean, it'll be like a few blocks away.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was thinking if it's far, I might just become a horse and be fast about it.
The tower's in the middle of the town, so we're hop, skip, and jump away. I need to head out there anyway and give the worker his hammer back.
We'll keep Mr. Libero company here while you're away.
Keep your eyes on that journal.
Yes. So, anything interesting on the journal?
Walk.
Oh, Murook.
Yes.
Ask him about the paper. See if he knows the cipher.
Oh, yes. While we were up there, we found the library. We found this paper. Maybe there's a cipher on it. Maybe see if you can figure it out.
He's intently reading this journal.
Oh,
he doesn't hear you.
I walk back to him. Yeah, he's full and well occupied with that book.
Well, maybe he just didn't hear you.
No, okay, let me try. Hello? Try speaking a little bit louder.
Yes.
We found this cipher in one of the libraries upstairs. And maybe see if you can figure it out, because...
Help yourself. He flips between a few of the blank pages. He gets to the new stuff, and he closes the journal. And he looks up at you and says, "Oh, I apologize. Yes." He has kind of a concerned tone in his voice.
We had found this cipher in the second floor library, and they've seen if you recognized it.
Well, look around you. And he points to almost identical looking scrolls and paper. I've been trying to decipher this ever since I got here, but without the wizard who created it here in the first place, it's near impossible, but it's impossible, but nothing's impossible. Where was it? You said this book was from the chamber, and your Warlock friend was able to link in and grab it. These words are fresh.
Yes,
The ink
we
is
noticed
much
that.
newer.
Yes, we noticed that too. It's strange, isn't it?
He looks kind of deep in thought. He goes, very strange. Let's turn to the other two. Zorsashi, you're returning the tools.
Yes, and at least the one that I grabbed, because I assumed I wouldn't be able to grab any of them. I wanted to just see if I could get one that was like what he described, or like we said, had his name on it.
You see some of the workers just kind of hanging around at the bottom of the hill.
Well, the good news, and I have good news and I have bad news.
Oh, it's my pick. It's my mining pick.
I handed the pick. That's the good news.
And the captain that was there was or the commander, wherever he was. He's like, "See, you just misplaced it. This adventurer found it for you."
Have any of you been in the third floor room that has been blocked by rubble?
It's like, oh no, that's our current job. It's
because that's where I found it.
You go through the rigmarole of them asking, "How did you get in there?" And you explain how you blinked in and out.
Magic, and I just wave my arms all over myself.
Did you find my sandwich?
There were a couple of moldy sandwiches in there. I did not want to touch them.
Still fine. It's just a little penicillin.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
that was a good sandwich.
Do any of you know how to pass through solid matter?
Just kind of laugh. No.
Because something does, and they must have left it there. Anyway, sounds like you can get back to work now. We're going to go head off to the temple to find an exorcist. Bye! I walk off with Zyzzyx.
And they said, if you're finding an exorcist, that means the ghost is still there, and I'm not setting foot in there.
I turn around and say, how do I know you're not the ghost?
The other workers all look at him and then take a step back. He goes, I'm not the ghost.
I don't know.
I'm walking around in broad daylight.
Well, we know you're not a vampire or a werewolf. But ghosts can come out in the day. You saw them all work. None of you were working at night, right?
They were all working at night. That's when they saw the ghost.
Oh, you saw the ghost at night. Good cover coming out of the day.
We were on the night shift that day.
Good cover coming out of the day. I better hurry up and get that exorcist. Don't let him leave your sights. Come on, Zyzzyx.
They're all like looking at him, like he could explode at any minute. It's like, dude, don't haunt me, bro.
I would say, Zorsashi, do the thing where you make the sound come from something.
I was gonna do that. I was gonna
rattle chains. Do some chains.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll do some like rattling chains coming from like where he is with my thaumaturgy. Just kind of like just slightly over him.
Yeah.
One of them goes, "It's a ghost! A ghost with ghostly chains! Tie him up!" He grabs some rope and they tie him to a chair.
I'm glad
We
that
got the ghost.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go get the exorcist. Now be careful.
It's like,
The ghost can
No, I'm
infect
not
other ghosts.
I'm not a bleeding ghost. You're not exorcising no one.
And now we actually do walk to the... Unless Zyzzyx wants to do something.
I think
My only other idea was going to be cast Pass Without a Trace on him so that he doesn't leave footprints, but it originates around me. I can't make it originate around him. So
Yeah.
we are so mean to this guy. I love it.
Oh, he probably deserves it.
Yeah.
He's probably a ghost. So we'll head to the temple.
Yeah, let me switch that.
Man, I wish
Yeah, so you head
turn into a
to
horse, Zyzzyx.
the Lathander Shrine. And you see Marigold kneeling down in prayer.
Miss Brightshine. Mr. Brightshine?
Mr. Legend.
Mr. Brightshine. Sir Brightshine.
Oh, yes, my child.
So
You're still early for the service. It's not so late.
we were wondering, and I kind of make sure that nobody else is around to hear what's going on. I was like, we were wondering if we could use your services. You know how the big tower is rumored to be haunted?
Oh, yes, I've heard those rumors.
May not be entirely untrue. Don't think ghosts, but there could be the spirit of a long-lost wizard roaming the place.
Well, that wouldn't be surprising, considering how those people died there. Or the
Yes.
stories.
Are you able to do
do-
any sort of locate undead or locate the dead, or help ghosts pass on to wherever the ghostly ghosts go?
Well, usually ghosts and spirits from beyond, they make themselves known in our plane. Unless you gaze into the ethereal plane. Can't really
Ethereal
sense
plane,
that.
you say? Did
Well,
I see
think that's-
anybody when I was in the ethereal plane, Joey?
While you're looking through that wall? No, you didn't.
Not when I was looking through the wall, when I was blinking. I know I didn't look.
No.
Did I know?
I mean, like, honestly, I forget where ghosts live in D&D. I think it's the ethereal plane.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. There are services I can provide if there's I can perform a ceremony on the body or remains of the dead, put their soul at peace.
You don't know if there are remains.
Did I think to, I just had a thought.
Did anybody hear Murook? What's Murook doing?
No,
Yeah, this
me
is
speaking.
well, this is not your turn. Sorry,
I'm sorry.
and technically you don't know what they're saying either.
I don't know. I wasn't even mentioning on what they were saying. I was never mind. No.
Just teasing. Well, if you wouldn't mind joining us at the tower, we may need your assistance to at least figure out what's going to happen.
Right, Zyzzyx?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, do you have proof of a haunting? Because I have my duties here.
I left my journal with the caretaker in there. I also found a bunch of items in a room that nobody could get into but me.
Well, if you could get in there, surely other people could too.
I had to use
What do you
magic
say?
to get in there.
Well, you're not the only magic caster in this town. In fact, a wizard lives in that very tower.
The wizard is still there?
You've met Mr. Gallio, correct?
You're suggesting that Mr. Gallio can pass through walls? In one way or another?
You were able to. You were able to.
I didn't use, Yes, but my magic is different.
Well, I'm
What
afraid
kind
I
of
don't know
magic-
much about these things. But if you were able to enter the room, then someone else might have. There's no proof of a haunting.
Would a donation persuade you to join us, at least to take a look?
Give me give me how much you're giving him and give me a persuasion check.
Give him 4 gold. I will offer him 4 gold. I will not straight up give it to him. Persuasion. Ooh.
21.
Yep. Just clink 1, 2, 3, 4 in the tithing plate.
Well, that is appreciated. I was going to prepare for the funeral tonight, but if you believe my services are needed in the tower, I know that's important to the town.
I don't mean to take away from the funeral, but if there is some sort of ghost tower in the thing, that, well, it's essentially a funeral as well. Think of it, putting one soul to rest instead of another.
It's not till several hours. I can finish the preparations later. But if you're sure, then
I have
I
we have
shall-
a hunch, and we would like to at least have the process of elimination. It would be very
So I
appreciative if you could help us.
then I shall take a moment to prepare.
Thank you. We will meet you back at the tower.
But you head back.
This is 6, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. Oh my god.
So awesome.
Oh my god.
Awesome. I Druid craft a flower and give it to you.
Oh, thank you. That's... I guess it's worth 4 gold.
Where are you? Are you waiting? Waiting inside the tower or at the bottom of it?
We'll head back up to the we should probably wait at the bottom because we're gonna have to walk by the chained up, the tied up guy that we think is a ghost. We'll have to deal with that first.
Do you think, now that we have a goal in mind, do you think that the Peculiarity Shop might have any equipment that could help?
I
know we went there, but we didn't have a specific thing we were looking for.
Yeah, well, what are we looking for now?
Something
An exorcist item?
Yeah, something that can reveal or trap a ghost.
Well, you
And
have
also,
no.
that was like an hour ago. He said his inventory changes all the time.
Yeah. I'd say let's at least see if this works first. No reason to just...
Okay. We don't need to throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall to make it stick.
What's spaghetti?
Must be a lizard thing.
Yeah.
So you pass by the man that's all tied up, but the others are afraid to get near him. It's like, how do we? They're going like, how do we get rid of a ghost? Like, I don't know. Should we kill him?
Good news!
Like,
no,
don't
I
kill
have...
him! Don't kill him!
Wait, no, I have holy water that shall exorcise him. And I take out my water skin, not the actual holy water, and I spray it on him. The power of Lathander compels you.
I say something in Druidic that sounds like a prayer.
Oh no, he's leaving. He's trying to possess me now, and I use thaumaturgy to make my eyes glow, and I speak in infernal.
And I make all the grass die around his feet.
They're like terrified at this point. It's like you're trying to possess the tiefling, possessing the devilman. And they all take out like daggers and swords.
And then I shut it off. I shut off the eyes thing, and it's like, it's gone. I have vanquished it.
And I bring the grass back to life.
Oh, that was very dangerous.
Just to check, is the cleric following you?
He's not quite here yet, but he's like,
yeah.
All the people are looking around with their swords raised, like looking in the sky, like something may drop on them in any second. It's like, oh, is he gone? Is he gone? Is the ghost gone?
It's gone. You can release that one now.
Oh. He unties them. Oh, truly, Lathander has blessed us this day.
Hail Lathander!
Sorry for tying you up, mate. Like, that's okay. It was terrifying being possessed.
He was possessed. Yes, it was the right thing to do. Good news is we are having the Lathander priest is going to be here to do one quick, thorough check over to make sure there's no other pesky ghosts. But I mean, as you can see, that one's now gone.
Just as you're saying this, like the halfling priest is like walking up, and like all the workers kind of run by him and goes like, "Oh, praise be Lathander, praise be Lathander," and they're like bowing to the halfling, and head back to whatever they were doing, probably get some sleep. Marigold goes, "What was that all about?"
Oh, just a few little parlor tricks to increase the your patronage, your parishioners.
I hope you weren't using Lathander's name in vain.
Oh, not at all, not at all. Lathander is one that can stop ghosts, can they not?
Well, we shall see.
Yes.
What are the other guys doing in the tower in the meantime?
We're just continuing to talk with the wizard and just trying to keep him occupied. What?
Like about anything in particular, or
Probably just chit chat, waiting for them to come back.
Hey, we could ask if he offers any services. Or did we already ask about that?
And what kind of services would you ask for?
I mean, he's a wizard. He's a high-level wizard.
And?
Depending on what spells he knows, there's a lot he could do.
he does says, he seems like kind of like you're trying to make some small talk with them about Leylon or why your past adventures. And you try to tell him about Cryovane, but he doesn't seem very interested. You just bring up casually, like, do you offer any services? And he goes, for a fee, I can cast legend lore for you.
That's always a handy spell.
He describes it's like basically recall arcane knowledge, and I can tell you about a person, place, or thing. I think he requires a payment for that.
Never was one for history.
He says, like, for 400 gold pieces, you can cast a legend lore for you.
For 100?
It's a very high level spell.
That's more than I'm making in a year.
I mean, I basically reach into the infinite arcane knowledge and pull out any information you wish about anything. It's not cheap.
Making me wonder if I'm in the wrong business.
As you say that, everyone kind of enters the tower.
Praise be Lathander! Praise be... And as soon as I get inside. Yeah, praise be, okay.
Calm down. Now, where's this ghost? And should probably speak to Mr. Galio, too. He is the one in charge. Make sure he's caught up on the situation. He walks into the room where you are. Goes, Galio, my son, how are you this day? They exchange pleasantries.
You guys didn't tell him?
Very. What's that?
You guys didn't tell him?
We didn't have a chance to.
Yeah, he looks like confused about like what he's doing here. He goes like, I wasn't expecting you here. What? How may I be of service?
I try to whisper to Marigold there that he's, as best as I can, that he's the one we think is possessed by a spirit. I try to whisper. All right. Hey, I get advantage on stealth. Even though I have -1.
You're just whispering to the person next to you. You still have disadvantage on stealth if you have heavy armor on.
I don't have heavy armor.
I'm just asking. I'm just curious.
I rolled a 15.
So you kneel down to whisper something into this halfling's ear, best you can. Galio kind of like stands up and leans forward. And he goes, "Why are you whispering? What are you telling me?"
It's just some pertinent information that Marigold needed to know real quick. It will all become clear soon.
It's from Murook. This is something he keeps secret. Does he know? Are you sure?
From what from the events that we have seen in the tower, and some very obvious symptoms that he's been having, and the fact that there are some events.
Galio just slams his hands into the table. It's like, well, spit it out, man. What are you trying to say? What are you insinuating?
Very well. I will. Very well. I was trying to. Yes, maybe it's best we just get this out. Sir Galio, I believe you are being possessed by the ghost of the wizard that lived in this tower.
There's like a second of silence. And then he just starts laughing.
Yes, I know it sounds. I know
That's
it
absurd.
Sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You forgot the most basic rule of hauntings. Is that you don't forget when you're being haunted or possessed.
Have you been possessed before, Mr. Galeo? I say over Murook's shoulder.
I would have known if I was.
I'd like
Yes,
an
but-
insight check, if I may.
Sure.
21. Trying to ascertain truthfulness over his confidence of knowing this and...
To his knowledge, he's never been possessed.
Okay. Yes, but in the journal, it mentions that the ghost thinks it's dreaming.
Well, I'm not denying that there might be a ghost in the tower. That's what you're here for.
Yes. But then here's the final piece of the puzzle for me. How did you get those purple stains on your hands?
Takes a look at his fingers. And kind of self-consciously, hides them in his robe, the sleeves of his robe. He goes, I'm, maybe a wizard, but that doesn't mean I'm not clumsy.
Yes, but here's the thing. The only purple ink around here was in an ink pot in a bedroom closed off by a ton of rubble.
Give me a persuasion check.
Come on, you got this, you got this.
No, I don't got this.
You don't got this.
Could maybe if I had some help from my friends.
No one can help with a 6.
That he says, when ink dries, it often goes into pure different colors depending on the quality. And besides, how would I have reached the room that's full of rubble? I don't possess the magical skills your warlock friend here has. I don't dabble in that kind of magic.
I would like to look really quick.
Begging your pardon, sir.
I would like to look really quick, ignoring him. Does he have any sort of spell book or other sort of writing on his writing desk?
Yeah, it wouldn't be unusual to see a spell
Is
book.
any of it in purple ink?
It's not open.
Okay. Shoot. Maybe if I had the. What I'm saying is, do you think one of y'all could give me some help in persuading?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how.
Marigold at this point is looking a little uncomfortable, like he might be wasting his time by being here.
It's fine. We kind of need to be quick about this.
Mr. Galeo, can I see some of your writing real quick?
Yeah, something clicks in his head. He goes, of course. He takes his the spell book from his desk, opens it up. Handwritten spells myself. And he shows you the writing.
To thumb through it. First off, does it look anything? Is it in purple? Is any of it in purple ink?
It's in black ink.
Second, are there any particular spells that I would know that I can identify from just thumbing through it that would be pertinent to any of this crap that's going on? Anything necromantic, or I should say anything that would let him get into a room that is solid, cut off by a solid wall.
He allows you to flick through it. See some pretty basic stuff. See Firebolt, Mage Hand, and Magic Missile. And you see some much more advanced things, like greater invisibility and counterspell. Give me a
Arcana?
investigation.
Investigation? Okie doke.
Or Arcana.
You know,
Sure.
can I help him with that?
Sure.
I'm giving him the help action. That's what I'm
Right.
trying to.
Yeah, so
How much better? 10.
Yeah, but it's not too hard to read through it though. And the closest thing you can find is yes,
Sure.
incantation.
I'm sorry, that's
for-
actually the second one is actually a 7. Should be a -3 on that. I pressed on the button.
But like I said, it's pretty easy to read through.
Mm-hmm.
You see an incantation, the closest thing you can find is a Misty Step.
That would help
What do you
us
think,
get the
Murook?
room.
It's doesn't match. Looks like it's nothing is fresh. Perhaps.
No,
But
it
you
doesn't.
also notice, comparing the handwriting, that they are different.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
other thing I was going to check. Forgot about.
Yeah, the handwriting is different, but it's all in black. So I come back to this again. Why is there purple ink on your fingers if your spell book is black ink?
He stares at you and just kind of, I don't know.
Do you think? I know it seems outlandish, but do you think there's the remote possibility that you might be possessed and not know it?
You need a persuasion.
Come
I got
on,
something.
come on, dice! Don't fail me now. 18.
So much better than the window.
It's possible. Improbable, but possible.
Then what would it hurt to allow the dear cleric here to maybe give you a once over, and maybe just assuage everybody's fears?
Are you saying I'm possessed
I am.
as we speak?
I am saying you are possessed as we speak, because if you look at the journal, it's saying that the ghost thinks it's dreaming. So when you're asleep, maybe the ghost is awake,
Father
and vice
Marigold,
versa.
what do you have to do for? What would this be? An exorcism? He just kind of goes, "Oh dear, I've never actually performed anything like that. I could a few alterations to the ceremony spell would expel any spirits, I'm sure.
Well,
Could be a very violent endeavor. If he is indeed possessed, my word.
I mean, if he's
Is there
not
a-
possessed, then it would all be fine.
I have seen no physical evidence that he is. I would have to have his permission. Do I have your permission? And he goes, "Fine, let's do it."
We thank you, Mr. Galeo. It's merely worst case, you're not possessed, and we have basically eliminated that.
Like I said, it's a very violent affair. Is there perhaps a bed where he can be tied down.
What?
If he's possessed and whatever's trying to break free, he isn't going to go willingly. Don't want him to hurt himself.
He's got a point.
That reminds me. Have you actually been staying in this tower the entire time?
He said, yeah, he's basically living here.
Yeah.
I don't recall seeing any beds anywhere in this tower. Where have you been sleeping?
Points to the floor. He goes, I don't require much.
The problem
He just rolls his eyes and goes, I believe there was a servant's quarter with a bed full of rubble, but with some time to be cleared. I believe as a father here prepares his ritual, I'll allow you to clear out the servants' quarters.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Either way. By the by,
He kind of points to the room down the hall. He points to the room down the hall.
Do you know anything about those statues on the floor above us?
Yeah, so who's going to clear out the rubble?
I think it's going to have to be me and Lemon.
Yeah.
It could be.
So
I could help with being an animal if we need it. I can be something with a lot of.
And
strength.
Zorsashi, you're standing behind the chat.
Yeah. I wanted to ask if he knows anything about the statues above.
So, like, as everyone leaves, he goes, "You're gonna keep an eye on me, huh? Is that it? In case I start crawling on the walls."
I literally cannot lift things. I have a bad back. But thank you for reminding me of my disability.
Said about the statues.
Yes, what about the statues?
But what do you want to know about them?
Why is there a different one?
Not too unusual. I know it's different than the others, but perhaps the sculptor was wanted something different.
Have you been able to identify the runes that have been smudged on the back of each of them?
Oh, yes, of course. They were basically animation runes. I imagine those statues were actually some sort of golem. Protect the library, but, when this tower's been abandoned for 200 years, it's sure to have been looted plenty of times. Some clever adventurer figured out how to
Disable them?
disrupt the room enough so the golem wouldn't be a threat.
There's no chance of them reanimating, is there?
Not with the room intact. Once the library's contents cleared out, there'd be really no need for them anymore. Since they don't want this to be a mage tower anymore. Making it into a barracks.
Leave that to wherever they want to bring them.
I see no reason to reanimate them since the workers are spending so much time cleaning up in there. We don't want them to be attacked.
I'm not suggesting you reanimate them. I'm just saying there's no chance of the magic just getting through that smudge. That
unless one of those
is
unless one of those idiots just happened to reconstruct the room in the proper way.
Oh, okay.
They're in no danger.
Well, that's good. That's good. Good chat.
And I guess we start clearing out the room.
Yeah, you started clearing out the rubble that was that crushed this bed. And as you get further and further, you uncover a skeletal hand reaching out.
Oh, poor person. Probably died in the probably died right in the initial conflagration. Crushed to death. What a good.
You clear out more and more, and you do see a humanoid skeleton about 3.5 feet tall. That's been the bones have been crushed.
Now the skeleton hasn't been accordion. It would normally be 3.5 feet tall, right?
Well, you can tell it's of a small,
Okay, all right, yeah.
like a smaller humanoid. It's not like human
Yeah.
size.
I just don't want
probably
to get cartoony squished from the rubble collapsing on it.
Oh no, he was probably, whoever this was probably sleeping.
Okay.
I'm going to step out of the room and just go over and. Hey, Galileo, out of curiosity, do you know what race the wizard was?
He was a human.
Just checking.
And as you leave, he just goes, obvious.
Mr. Galileo, I have another question.
Yes.
This is more of a history thing. Have you ever heard of the Ruinstone?
I saw it in the journal. Mentioned in the journal.
Yeah, as did I. I was wondering if you knew any more about it. I have a curiosity.
It rang familiar. I've studied many magical artifacts, but I can't say I know much about it. It's very curious. Who was studying it here?
You think it might be here, or have been here 100 years ago? Centuries?
The journal say he was looking for it, or they found it. It's what?
Artifact creatures was study. Journal reveals how the beacon unearthed a powerful magic item named the Ruinstone. But he didn't.
I wouldn't be surprised if. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what caused the explosion in the first place.
Very dangerous and powerful. Well, again, thank you, and thank you for putting up with this. If anything, it will basically get your workers back here, because we can say that there is no ghost.
And we're over here. We carefully move the remains out of the room to be buried later.
At this point, I think you're all making their way.
Yeah, Murook has we've been putting rocks into piles, and Murook's has 100 rocks, and I've got 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Very, very small rocks.
Muriel makes a small prayer as he sees the skeleton. He goes, "Oh, the poor child must have been crushed when the tower fell."
We've tried our best to remove the remains with
Or
care.
is it a halfling? A gnome?
Is there any identifying clothing, jewelry, signets, anything like that on the remains?
He was dressed in a simple tunic.
This
Muriel turns to you, Lemon. He goes, "Lemon, my son, doesn't look unusual to you."
Repeat that?
He's asking you if the skeleton looks unusual to you.
Not that I can tell.
Well, whoever it was, we're all the same at the end, I suppose.
It's just something about the length of the arms, and structure of the skulls. Too tall to be a halfling or a gnome.
Dwarf, perhaps?
Too thin to be a dwarf.
Well, I mean, he crushed, so.
Well,
Can you make a medicine check, DM?
Sure.
See if I can identify any of it. Nope. 8.
You haven't seen many. You're on the habit of seeing skeletons.
I
Not even going to roll because of that.
it's something to look at another time. We have more pressing business, and
Yes, I don't want to waste any more time than we already have.
yes,
And
I go over and I hate the we need to tie you down, sir, just in case, so you don't harm yourself.
It's not even Saturday night. See,
And we haven't even gone on our first date. I know, sir. This is awkward for us all. And I tie him down with the ever-ready rope that I have.
the best you can with this broken bed.
Yeah.
Muriel goes. Ritual will take about an hour to complete, but if you are indeed possessed, we'll probably feel the effects of it nearly immediately.
Will we see? I'm asking the guy. Will we see effects immediately as well? Will it be visible?
If it's
If there's
anything
a
like
ghost trying to escape, if there's a spirit trying to escape his body,
I think we'll see something.
because this around this time, you're suddenly interested in that room again.
Ooh. Like more so, like the initial effect wore off, or there's a bigger pull. Okay. Hey. You guys remember that hallway in that room up there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We should consider checking that out.
I already did.
Yeah, we've been there.
We did. You were there.
And we may have to go back there to pick up the tools that were left in there.
and the sandwich.
And
Oh,
the sandwich.
didn't Zorsashi
And
eat
the
that?
sandwich.
No, Zyzzyx, no, and I slap him.
I guess.
So, Marigold takes out his censer of holy water. He's shaking it around the room so little droplets are thrown around. Throws holy water on Galio.
I think it'd be best if we readied our weapons just to be safe.
He begins to say some prayers. Every moment, tosses some more holy water. Galio just lays there, looking bored. This goes on for 5 minutes. 10 minutes.
No change.
15 minutes, no change.
Huh.
Do you think we should?
At this point, Marigold is looking a little doubtful. But he continues.
Mr. Brightshine, perhaps we could. No need. If you feel, in your expert opinion, no need to continue.
I mean, let's let it run its course, just
Very well.
in case.
20 minutes.
I would actually like it during this time to inspect his office.
Wow.
And so, after you've been watching it for about 20 minutes or so, you just walk out frustrated.
Yeah.
Gallia goes, "Don't look through my stuff."
Not.
He's gonna look
I
for my
don't
stuff. And he's like trying to get free.
Sorry about all this, Galio.
I'm not possessed. Let me go.
Can I roll for insight on that?
Sure. And Zorsashi, you're in his room, but there isn't really much hidden there. You already looked through his spellbook, which is probably his most private thing in here.
Nothing else around? No. Just
I
leave.
rolled an 18.
And Murook, as far as you can tell, nothing's happening.
In for a penny,
Now for-
in for a pound.
And after a few moments, Murraygold kind of stops his chant and goes, I see no reason to go further. If there was any sort of otherworldly presence in this man, who would have known?
There's the only one other thing I can think of to do. Just
And he does say, it's like, I don't blame you for being worried.
I don't know. It's just
But
there's just one more thing I want to try, and then we'll consider this a wash.
I must
And
get back
that
to my
is-
duties, but if you believe you still need me,
Zorsashi,
He starts
could
to-
you?
he starts
you
to
do me-
untie Galio.
Could you? Okay, Zorsashi, could you do me a favor real quick?
What do you need?
Cast Blink.
I can't.
Don't have the slot.
Correct. I had to blink in and blink out. I don't have it anymore.
I use Bowstring Magic. You now have the slot.
Oh. Okay. I will cast blink. And check my d20s.
I blink when Murook says cast blink.
I pass in the ethereal plane. Do I see anything?
You do not.
Come back 6 seconds later.
Oh, I am a complete dunce. I just forgot.
Mhm.
I just forgot. I completely forgot that I have the ability to sense ghosts.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Lemon has basically has been doubting this entire thing this entire time. So he shrugs it and just focuses attention more. It's like, why not take a look? And I end up using a ability called Divine Sense.
Yeah.
Which, as an action, can detect good and evil, and until the end of my next turn, can sense anything affected by a hollow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet.
You do it at the bottom of the tower.
Yeah. Now, that isn't behind total cover, so I won't be able to see through like walls and ceilings and stuff.
If he's behind a blanket, you won't be able to see him.
I mean,
Yeah, there's
blanket has-
there's no ghost here. There's no spirits.
Just let him go, guys.
Okay. Well, I feel like a right fool. I go over and I untie him. And I offer my sincere apologies, sir. I mean, it all
I don't
added
blame
up.
you. I'm going to make a suggestion. The journal has me concerned. I might recommend you stay the night. And
Yeah.
obviously something spooked those workers.
Well, I may have also spooked them coming back, but yes, I know what you mean.
They were pre-spooked.
it'll be sundown soon.
I guess we can.
2 hours.
I guess if we stay here the night, and we see if anything is in them, or see if anything occurs.
Guess you'll have to stay at the island another night then.
Yeah, I guess so.
How long does that divine sense last?
It's just one turn,
Oh, so
and there is no real. It's just like me just staring. I don't think it really shows any like indicator that I did anything. Just apart from staring all intensely.
and how often can you use it?
4 times.
All right, well, we will try. Maybe something will occur during the night. Who knows? At this point, I think that we are done for now, and I thank you for your time, Marigold.
Well, today's definitely been somewhat of a bust in terms of getting anything done, and I am exhausted.
Again, my sincere apologies to the both of you.
We thank you for putting up with this, as it has, as I was saying, eliminated the possibility of this, which, well...
That is a relief. You know? That is... one thing.
It's been an interesting experience, and I bid you good day.
Feel free to keep the journal, Mr. Galileo, as I feel that would be repayment for your time. And thank you, Mr. Brightshine.
For he bows and I suppose that means you won't be at the ceremony, the funeral tonight, but unless you don't wish to stay here tonight.
I feel
or come back a little later.
There is some sort of evil presence here that, be it ghost or wizard or whatnot, it's probably better for the town as a whole that we are on supernatural guard duty. Ow, what's that? It buzzed my ear away. I turned my head and I accidentally poke you in the eye with my horn. Ah, sorry, what are you doing there?
You should probably pay Marigold.
I did.
Oh, how much? That was that 4 from back then.
Oh, yeah!
That's right.
Yeah!
Well, he sure is complaining a lot for making a day's wage for working.
What do you mean a day's wage? You know how much 4 gold is?
A lot more.
You probably put a down payment on a house.
Gentlemen, don't concern yourself this time. Don't concern yourself this time.
Again, thank you for your time, and
hey, I'm pretty sure those workers will show up for the next service.
yes, and maybe and now that their concerns are, now that we can say that there is no ghost, hopefully past tonight we can continue saying there is no ghost. They all come back in and work.
Let's stay in the tower for a night challenge.
May the morning lord shine upon you.
Hail
His
Lathander.
little bow.
Lathander. I just say Lathander.
Yes.
I like Murook's idea. I was gonna suggest that we kind of make a stakeout.
That'd be good.
See
What
what
floor
Maybe
should we
take
take?
maybe take shifts in it. Like
We have
so
time
that we-
first to take a short rest first, so my shift has my spell slots.
no time.
Yeah, you're able to take a short rest.
Hooray!
actually, this might be a good time to call it for the night.
It's only 11. We've been playing for 2 hours. So you want to keep, unless you're tired.
I think we should probably call it here. Like, do a short rest and just prepare for the next thing, and then pick up next time. Because if we do get into something big, it's just going to take forever.
Still
unless you want to explore the tower a little more, because you're afraid it's going to lead to a combat.
I don't think
That's
there's
fine.
more to explore.
Yeah. It's like we don't know what to do with the statue. I went into the evil room.
Licking it doesn't work, guys. Licking it doesn't work.
That's your answer to everything.
Hey, remind me on the very top floor what the little thing that looks like a table is in the
center.
Oh,
hold on.
That thing.
Yes.
I don't know
Probably
what
a
that
pillar.
is.
Probably a pillar.
Yeah.
It goes up to a because some of the roof is still intact, so it's probably something like that.
Yeah.
Do we get a short rest at least before our long rest?
Unless you were going to wait for 8 hours and not do anything, then yeah, you'd be able to take a short rest.
We'll take a short rest first. Kind of need that.
Alright, we'll
Get
follow
my
Lolly
1
here.
HP back. Got my 1 HP back, guys.
Hooray! I have. That's good.
Oh, and I get my spell slots back. That's really the thing. Thing.